It's supernatural by design, right? Supernatural by design if you're a degenerate rapture video flipping moron. A complete and utter embarrassment to society. These rapture retards. Why? Because they think it's supernatural by design. This guy is not obviously a rapture retard. He's a Jesuit. But the rapture retards don't understand that Sid Roth is literally a wolf in sheep's clothing, just like Jonathan Cahn, just like baloney. Okay? And at this point, we're thinking the rapture retards are sheep in wolf's clothing. They are complete, utter embarrassment to anything with people with a brain. How the hell do they not see 222? Let's listen to Sid Roth.
And this prophecy nailed it.
Now, why do you say that this will be the last pope?
It's the last one on Malachi's list. And I just cited the prediction for this pope. It says, in the extreme persecution, the tribulation, the dreadful judge will judge the people. So it really does sound like the end times, and it matches the book of Revelation in some pretty compelling ways in chapter 17, which also speaks of a seven-hilled city.
I'm going to tell you something.
$5 shipping and handling is included. Ask for offer number 9183. Call or you can send your check to Sid Roth. It's Supernatural. P.O. Box 39222, Charlotte, North Carolina 28278. Please specify offer number 9183 or log on to sidroth.org.
All right, why should we blast the rapture video retards? Oh, it's going to be this date. Oh, it's going to be that date. These people are utter, complete imbeciles. Why? Let me tell you why. Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Like my father's come to pass, 7 years has gone so fast, right? And here it is. Here it is. Ring out the bells again like we did when spring began. What happened when spring began? Oh, the plandemic. Exactly on 113 on 311, Baba Kamal 113A. Right there. And so we all see this, but they don't see this. When does summer come and pass? Let's look. When does summer end? Obviously when fall begins. When does summer end? Summer ends exactly on September 22nd, 2024. Right here. What is that date? 7/18. Jew calendars, 6 months apart. 7 minus 6 is 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. Right? So, what's 1? If the Jew calendars are 6 months apart and the number is less than 6, you add 6 to it. So, presently, we are in month 1. You add 6 to it, so we're in month 1 and 7. This is why on April 3rd, on April 2nd into April 3rd, they crashed the market. Why? Because if you go to this calendar, the 7 calendar, what are the damn odds? What are the damn odds that right here, what date was that? That date was September 4th into September 5th. September 4th into September 5th. See that 3 up there? See that 4 up there? Right? So, when do they crash the markets? Exactly on September 4th. Let's go to September, exactly on April 2nd, right? That was the 3rd into the 4th. The 3rd into the 4th. So if we go to the 7 calendar, if we go to our 7 calendar, what is that? That day is exactly right here, the 4th, the crash of the markets. So the day before is the 3rd into the 4th, right? So this day would be considered, September 4th, be considered elul 29, right before Tishri 1, elul 29. The exact day Trump came out with this tariff news. Now, of course, the illiterate monkey, Fletchtard, would never look at this or see this because that's why we call him a Fletchtard. It's a complete, utter degenerate, right? Elul 29, striking what happened to the last day, land during the Sabbath year was what happened to the people on the last day of that year. Right? Elul 29, the day of remission. Therefore, the moment all debts had to be reckoned, wiped away, was the sunset of Elul 29. Elul damn 29. Right here. In English, elul 20 command ordains that every creditor shall grant a release. Shemitah. In the first 2 verses of Deuteronomy, the word Shemitah appears no less than 4 times at the end of the second verse because it's called the Lord's release, the Shemitah, and the market completely collapsed. What is that date? That's elul 29. What do you think they're going to do? What the hell do you think they're going to do? We're in a Jubilee year. We're coming back up to the date, to a second date connected to elul 29, which is Nisan 29. The market in 1929, when the Great Depression occurred, that date was connected to elul 29. In 1987, the Black Monday crash was on October 19th. What is that day? Tishri 26. What day are we coming up on? We're coming up on Nisan 29, the same exact day. Tishri means 1 and 7. Nisan means 1 and 7. We're coming up on the same day on Taco Tuesday as the Black Monday crash of 1987. When was the crash of the stock market during the Great Depression? October 29th, 1929. October 29th, 1929. We go to October 29th. What month are we in? We're still in Tishri. There you go. They're using that Tishri. Once again, 729 and 129. This is why they did it they told us the Black Eyed Peas on the 22nd, and they pulled the Pope. They pulled the Pope on when? They pulled the Pope on the 22nd on the other calendar. When did the Pope go down? He went down on exactly 222. It was month 2, April's month 2 on the Julian calendar, 222. Exactly when the Pope went down. The date I had a month in advance, or we all looked at, and we're like, dude, 222. And the retards were picking, oh, it's going to be the 14th. Oh, it's going to be the 10th. It's going to be the 1st. They are complete, utter fools. Fools. Damn fools. All right. So let's go back to the September end. Summer has come and passed. Summer has come and passed. What did I just say? The exact day summer comes and passes is September 22nd. What is that day? That's 7/18. What is the Julian of April 29th? April 29th is April 16th. And what is that day? 7/18. Right there. Summer comes and passes exactly the day. September, Sep means 7. It ends exactly on April 29th. This is why February, IR means 2 and 8. February made me shiver with every paper I deliver. If IR means 2 and 8, what date is April 29th? It's IR 29, right? IR 29. On April 29th, they're taking this IR and they're taking the Gentile day. That's what they do. So 829. What is 829? Oct 29, the exact day of the Great Depression. Guys, do not be a Rapture video retard and choose every day. I chose one day in April and we got the Pope ritual. I chose one day in March and we got thousands of people that died that day with the 7/7 earthquake. In February, after the 6th or after the Super Bowl, I'm like, dude, let's look at February 26th, something with a goat and a dog. And exactly on that day, every headline was a goat and a dog. In January, in middle of January, I said, let's look at January 29th. Something with May Day and an eagle burning. And an American eagle crashes on that exact day, and it's May Day. Dude, if you do not trust these calendars, go watch the Fletched Hard, that complete degenerate loser. Okay? If you don't like me call him a loser, click off. Go watch him. It's a complete idiot. Complete idiot. Right in our face. He's got all these subs, and he can't even tell people. He can't pull up a calendar because he's a complete, utter imbecile. April is his screen name is 222, and he could pick April 22nd. For God's sake, that's 22 at least. Even though he can't Google the name of the meaning of the word April. Unbelievable. All right, I'll get off the Steve Fletched tangent. All right, 7 years. What happened 7 years ago? Trump was president. What happened 7 years later? Trump is president. 7 years has gone so fast. 7 years since the Revelation 12 sign. And how many days is it from the Revelation 12 sign to April 29th? It's 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days. Here comes the rain again upon the degenerate monkey asses, falling from the stars, drenched in their pain again while they're watching the NFL draft. Complete, utter imbeciles. As my memory rests. When does your memory rest? When you die. And they are going to burn to death. Every one of those damn NFL, oh, the draft, let's watch the draft. They're going to get drafted into the pits of hell. Complete, utter degenerates. Okay, so bottom line, September ends. Summer has come and passed. Once again, there's only one day that summer can come and pass, and that day is exactly on April 29th. On April 29th, the Julian day of April 29th is exactly April 18th, 118. This is why you call Julie before you dig, July. And why are these two gentlemen standing together on November 22nd, 2017, 11/22, the exact date on April 22nd or April 21st if they're twisting calendars, 11/22? What are these two gentlemen? This gentleman on the right, his birthday is on January 17th, and her birthday is 118, August 11th, 8/11, 118. What is the exact day? 117 and 118. It is exactly April 16th is 118 right there, and April 16th is 117. 117 just happens to be Mike's birthday and Mr. London's birthday, and the mayor of San Francisco. That's why Gilbert Gottfried said stay off the bridge on August 11th. They're twisting and turning calendars. So somebody like the Fletchtard, what he would do is stay off the bridge on August 11th when Gilbert Gottfried tells him to, because he's a complete, utter retard. He's an idiot, but you're not an idiot. Why are we not idiots? Because we look at calendars. We don't look at the damn strong concordance and the sun and the moon and the dirt and Steve Fletcher's mindless brain. Whatever comes out of that blob of nonsense. All right? 118 and 116 right here. And what did Trump say? 7/11 is 9/11. 117 and 119. When did the New York PSA come out? The New York PSA was released on exactly 7/11. Right there. New York PSA on 7/11. And 6 days later, on 7/17, look at this date right here, on 7/17 in 2022, what was the Drudge headline? The Drudge headline was Iran claims nuke bomb capability. 7/11, the New York PSA, and then Iran nuke capability on 7/17 in 2022. Does Fletchtard tell you that? No, he didn't tell you that. When is the only day that's 7/11 and 7/17? Nissan means 1 and 7. See how they did that? 1 and 7. Nissan means 1 and 7. So 7/17 and 7/11 right there on April 16th. Guys, drop the damn mic. When is April 16th? It's the Julian of April 29th. And what happens on 7/18? Summer has come and passed. And then what happens on April 29th? The day September, Nissan Sep 7 ends right here on the 29th, right there. So all they're doing is they're using the Great 8 Day. And this is why we have the September 2024 calendar. The Great 8 Day. 6s are 9, so the Great 8 Day is right here on Shemini Ezrat. All they're doing is they're going to October 3rd, like I mentioned in the last video. September 29th, 129, right? 129. And this is why the public service, the emergency text alert came out on 10/4 and 23. 10/4, good buddy. When is 10/4? The next day, the emergency text alert. So let's go here. If we're looking at October 3rd, when is October 3rd? October 3rd, right here, is the day September ends. Right here, Tishri, September ends on October 3rd, right? And like I said, when does the PSA come out? It came out on 10/4, 10/4, right? October 4th, when we all got the emergency text alert. And on 10/4, why on 10/4? Because the lunar date, if you go on the Chinese calendar, because Chinese, Hebrew, Jews, Muslims, they all use the lunar calendar. On the lunar calendar, the date on April 29th is April Fool's Day. What is April Fool's Day? It's 4-1, 10-4, 1-4. You get it? You get it? Fletcher doesn't get it, but do you get it? Yeah, you get it. Because of the fact it's 1-4. Right there, April Fool's Day. Don't be a damn fool. And if this date right here, if we're still in July, if we're still in month 7, because 7 doesn't end until midday, what day is that? April 29th. July means 5. That's May Day, May Day, May Day. And so what day is that? That's also 5/29. Did anything happen on 5/29? Let's look at 5/29. Anything happen on 5/29? The answer is yes. What happened on 5/29 was August 5th. It was Black Monday. If you Google August 5th, 2024, and the word Black Monday, you'll see 1,000 articles because the market started collapsing that day with some Japanese news, and then midday, and then they juiced it back up from the 28th into the 29th. It was 5/29, the exact day on April 29th. Not only is it 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days to April 29th from the Revelation 12 sign, Remy says from Trump's statement, the storm, from 10/5/17 to 5/12/25, 7 years, 7 and 7 days. The Julian is 4/29. When did Trump say calm before the storm? He said the calm before the storm on 10/5. What is the next day? It's 1/6, 10/6, right? 10/6. And when is 10/6? J6? Exactly on April 9th, right? J6. And what is the Julian of April 9th? The exact day the Pope collapsed. The exact day of the Pope death. The calm before the storm. They're only obligated to show you 7 days prior. We don't know if this was the date or if it's a 7-day warning. On April 22nd, this date is the 23rd on the Torah calendar. On the Torah calendar, the day it had a month in advance was exactly this day right here, April 22nd. What did they do? They took down the Pope on this day, the 222, so they could hide it. Right here is the 7-day warning. 7 full days, which is 8 days after the Pope. What are the odds September ends and all these connections? And Palm here has a GPS tracker on Trump here because she knows every single time where Trump is at. Crazy comments here. Got to go read these comments in that other video. But either way, Trump's 100 days in office is on April 30th. He just announced this week's upcoming plan. A tide change is coming, right? A tide change is coming right here. And what happens on day 99? This is so 100 days, okay? So it says 100 days. And so April 29th is day 99 in office. In Korean culture, 100-day birthday is called Bakil and a significant celebration, especially if the baby is considered to have survived the vulnerable early months of life. It's time to give thanks for the baby health and pray for their future. So back in the day, historically, reaching 100 days was a significant milestone. So obviously, the Trump tard is not going to reach 100 days. And when was Miss America suicided? She was suicided on January 30th, 2022, right? But off the 29th floor, 129 and 13. Once again, when is 129? 129 is exactly on her date, April 29th, and she was in Manhattan, Miss America. This is why they told you what floor she was suicided from, the floor that they threw her from or whatever, right? And this was on April 22nd at 10:23. And you don't think timestamps matter? The only person timestamps matter to is Fletch Tard and his band of merry, utter degenerate, imbecile morons. 10:23. The exact date on April 22nd in 25 was 10:23, and we're still in 24 until the last page of the Torah is read. That's why this article came out on April 22nd. 1, 2, 3 to hide it from the retards. And when is the 31st? New Year's Eve, when the last page of the Torah is read. And if you watch Mark Ellis' channel, he posted this video about the Invictus games. And there it is, 923 and 223. When is 223? It's April 22nd. When is 923? It's April 22nd. That's your 7-day warning, right? And if we continue to watch this, it shows the 27th, April 27th. right? Obviously, we know nothing will ever happen on April 27th, but why are they showing you the 27th? Because April 27th. What is April? The second month. 2722. 227, right? 722. When is 722? It's April 22nd. This is April 22nd. Everything is April 22nd. 222. And when is that? That's obviously your 7-day warning to April 29th, because April 22nd, the 222, we got the Pope ritual. The judgment came to the house of the Lord. And when did Trump say all hell breaks loose? On February 15th. What is that day? That's 217, right? February is month 2. That's how they hit it. 17. When is 217? 217, you go to April 29th, right here. The Julian of April 29th is April 16th. What is that day? April is 217, midday. All hell breaks loose. Even that day connects, right? September ends, summer ends. 7/11 is 9/11, 6s are 9s. The only day 7/11 is 9/11 is exactly on this day, on April 16th. And that last video I showed, the knocking on the door of Judgment Day, knocking on the door of Judgment Day. This is why the Obama movie came out on 12/8, 128. Leave the world behind on 128. When does 128 end? It ends right here, obviously, on April 28th, 128. The very next day is 129. Leave the world behind on Manic Monday, because Taco Tuesday should be epic. All this doesn't connect for no reason. This is why I pick one day in April, and we got a massive, massive ritual. Not on that day, on the very day prior, because they use this 222. It can be 24 hours off, because you don't know if they're using this 22 or they're using the other 22. But exactly on 222, the only date I had in April, the Pope died. Come on, think these calendars are a joke? Steve Fletcher is a joke. And when is the International Day of Judgment every year? 117. 117. And when is that day? Exactly on April 29th, the Julian day, 117. People don't even know what Julian means. Society. This is why we have no remorse when they burn to death. Such as Judaism. Christianity and Islam believe in the idea of Judgment Day. Well, yes, we know when Judgment Day is. Only the degenerates don't know who Judgment Day is. And damn, they are damned and will go to hell. All the damn masses who are the asses, they will faint from fear. And 888 subs on the day before Judgment Day. How ironic. How ironic. Only 888 subs. Do not hit the sub button. Do not hit the sub button. We got to stick with 888 before the day we die. And what is observed on 729, the International Tiger Day? This is why they had all that tiger coding when the pandemic began, because 729, Nisan 29. Nisan is month 7, Gentile Day 29. That's how they twist the calendars. Literally, this is why we had Tiger King, and this is why during the pandemic he was saying stay the fuck home with a picture of a tiger on it. And we had the Tiger King show. And look at the posters in the background. Die hard. And this is why this man said November 5th will be the most important day in history, with a 118 timestamp. What is the date on April 29th on the Julian? Look when April 15th ends, on April 16th. 115 on the timestamp. 118 right there. Are you kidding me? The degenerates cannot see this. I have to come up with a different word than the word degenerate, but I'm going to use that for now until I chat GPT a different word besides the word degenerate. And this is why the movie Knowing showed 515. What does July mean? July means 5. What is the Julian of April 29th? 515. And if we go to month 4, like I did earlier in this video, 429, right? What is that day? 5-6. July means 5. 5-6. What's 5-6? Pulled it up earlier. 5-6. Market collapse. We had the market collapse exactly on 5-6. right? 5-6. We had it right on 6-5 on the Trump ritual. And then when we have the war coverage, exactly on 5-6 again. And this is why Trump holds up a 17 and 18. Really, 17 and 18. And when did the flood begin? The flood began in the second month, 17th day. And what is the second month, 17th day on the biblical calendar? April 29th. And what do we know? It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine on November 16th. November means 9. Sept, 7/16. Right there, April 16th on the 29th. And this is why this young lady shows 11-5 and 11-3. 11-5. Remember the 5th of November, exactly on 115. Nissan 15 in your face. And Back to the Future, 11-5. And October, what is that? Oh, that's 26. No, it's a 29. November 5th and 129. 129 and November 5th, exactly April 29th. And this is why World War III starts on 5/17. Right there, the Julian of the 29th is 5/17. And when do the gates of hell open? They open exactly on 9/23. And if April is the second month, what is the third month? May is the third month, right? If we go to third month, we always look at that number 3 calendar. We go to the third month right here. Why don't we do that? Let's go to the third month. When did Bye Bye Miss American Pie release? Exactly on May 26th. What is that day? 326. 326. The exact day on April 29th. 329. Bye Bye Miss American Pie. And this is why they gave you June 6th. When is June 6th? When is June 6th? When the hell is June 6th? It's on the 29th. See, right there, IR 29. They're using IR, the month we're in, Hebrew month, and Gentile day. June 6th. Ryan Garcia. Come on, dude. And this is why I made 1,000 videos about September 26th. That was the hottest date ever in the history of the world. And when is September 26th? 726 is 729. And when does the music die on February 3rd? When is February 3rd? Well, if IR means 2 and 0 is not a number, February 3rd is exactly April 30th, the day the music dies. April 29th, New York gets hit. April 30th, the rest of Babylon, and the music dies. Once again, picked one day in April. We got a Pope ritual. These calendars don't miss. Look at the calendars. Don't be a degenerate. And this is why Buffett sells 728. That's why they screwed you with the 728. And what is that day? 11/17. 11-17. And what does 11? November 9. So November means 9, 9/17. Right there, your 7/17 connection right there. What Jew calendars 6 months apart? 11 minus 6 is 5. 5/17 on 7/28. What is the very next day? 7/2/9.